Hi friends, Naji here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are continuing a discussion on n8n, and in my last video we have discussed about how can we run n8n using Docker, and we created a workflow and we saved that workflow and we are able to load the specific workflow. So we have done the basic things in my last video, and in this video we are continuing the basic tutorial itself, and here we are going to use the node command to install n8n, and we will be creating a new workflow. So in this workflow, what we are going to do, we are going to integrate our n8n with a AI agent, and we are going to save all the request and the response from the AI agent to a file. Okay, so we'll be discussing few nodes, or after this video you will be knowing what is chat trigger, and we will be discussing how can we integrate chat trigger with the AI agent, and here we will be using Ollama. Okay, then we will be using a edit field, and we will be using another node that is called the convert to a file, and we will be using another node that is a write to a file. Okay, so we'll see one by one. Okay, so we will be executing all these workflows. Okay, so once that is done, we are able to save all the request and response from the AI message will be saved to a file. Okay, so we'll see that. For that, first let me go and install the n8n in my local machine. For that, this is a command that we are going to use. So let me copy this. Okay, so I'm just using the n8n doc. You guys can also refer the same. Okay, so first let me go and run this. So it will take some time, so I will be pausing this video. So let me pause the video. Okay, so the installation is completed. So what I have done, I have just run npm install n8n-g has been done. Okay, and in my case I got an error because I have to use sudo. So after running sudo npm install, then it's worked fine for me. Okay, then I have to do like what I have done is I have started like n8n start command. So after this, after executing this command, you will see that it is running in my local machine. Here we can see this is the endpoint that is running now. So I just opened that in my Chrome. So here we can see it is initially asking for setup. So let me do a setup here. So I can give setup. So this is the same thing that we have discussed in our last video also. So there like we use the Docker. So here I am giving my password. Okay, let's hit next. So this is asking about some details, so I'm not using that now. And get paid features. So this is asking to a free license key. So let me do that. It will send a key to my email ID that I'm not going to use it now, but let's send it. Okay. So after successfully sign up, we will get a screen something like this, and here we can select, or we can select this particular menu that is the start from scratch. So let me do that. Okay, so here we will be getting a workflow, initial workflow, something like this. Okay, so here what we are going to do, as I discussed, we will be creating a AI chatbot, and we will try to save that into a file. Okay, for that, ensure that you have your Ollama is running. Okay, so because we are going to use Ollama in this video, so here if you look on my console, here we can see my Ollama is running, and these are the models available in my machine. Okay, so let me go to my workflow. Then what I am going to do, I am going to create a chat trigger. So this is the first trigger that is going to execute. Okay, now test the chat. Here let me execute this chat trigger. Okay, so chat trigger will give a small chat window. So let me say hi. Okay, so this is executed successfully, so we are good. Now let me go and have a AI agent. So let me select this, and let me go back to the console. Here we can see the chat message trigger is connected with our AI agent. Okay, so AI agent has different sub modules there. Here one is the chat model, and one is the memory, and one is the tool. So here we are going to use only the chat model. So let me select this chat model. here I'm going to use the Ollama chat model, and if you have the OpenAI, you guys can use the OpenAI chat model, but we are going to use the Ollama chat model. So let me select this, and we need to set the credentials. So let me click on create new credential. Okay, so this is the local host, this is the Ollama running pod. Now let me save this. Okay, here it says could not connect to with these details. So let me copy this. I don't know what happened, so let me paste it here, and Ollama is running here. Let me do a retry. It's not working. Okay, maybe let me go to the doc. So here I can see, maybe let me try with this. Copy this. Paste it here, and let me retry it. Okay, so this is successfully able to connect this, and if you have anything, like just click on open doc and you guys can go through this. Okay, so the basic information can be get through this particular document, and they are actually providing a chat with doc. So this is kind of a chatbot. Then we can easily chat, easily ask the questions, and we will get the response. Fine. So coming back here, so we have our Ollama is connected fine. So let me save this. Let me close this. Okay. Now let me go back to the canvas, and let me type hi. Okay. So execution is progress, and it says the model Llama 3.2 is not found. So let me click on this here. So by default, the model is Llama 3.2. So let me select a model that is in my machine. So I have Llama 3.1 latest. So I'm going to select that one. Okay. Let's go back here, and let me type hi. So the execution is progress. Since my machine is a little slow, it may take some time. Maybe I have to select another lightweight Ollama model. We'll see. It's taking so much time. We'll try with some other model. We'll see. Okay, now this is completed. Let me try it again. If it is taking time in the second time also, then we have to switch the model. I will do some cleanup, otherwise the video will take a lot of time. Okay, I think we need to switch the model. So let me try with some other model. Let me download some lightweight model, then we can continue the video. Okay. Okay. So what I have done, I have selected another Ollama model. Okay, so if you click on here, I have selected a tiny Llama model. Okay, so this is not at all a quality model, but just for the sake of what we call just for the sake of the demo, this is fine. Okay, so let me go back here, and let me type a hi. Hi, tell me a hi. I'm just saying it. Okay, so here we can see the execution is in progress. Okay, so we are getting the response back. Okay, so here we are getting something. Okay, I'm not going to validate this, but our goal is to create the end-to-end workflow. Okay, so we have our event is trigger is there, and we have our AI agent is there, and what we are going to do, we are going to move, or we are going to write or convert this result to a file. Okay, for that we need a node called convert to file. Okay, so this is the convert to file. So this convert to file, what it's going to do here, go and select on the convert to text file. I'm going to convert to a text file, and here this is my output. So I'm going to select the AI agent output. Okay, so this output from the AI agent will be input to my text field. Okay, then the output of this text field is data. Okay, now let's execute this. Okay, then we will get the file or a result something like this. Okay, now let me go back here. Okay, So we have our three nodes are ready. One is the trigger node, and we will have a agent node. Then we are converting this agent node to a file. Then we are going to write this file or write this to a file. Okay, to a disk. For that I can select write. Just select write to a file. Select write file to disk. Okay. So here I need to specifically say which path I need to write. Okay, for that here let me select a path. So this is the path that I am going to write. Let me copy this, okay, and paste it here. Paste it here. Then I am going to say this is the test.txt file. Let's execute it. Okay, now just say hi. So here we can see the execution is completed and all the nodes are successfully completed. Now let's go back to our node, the folder. Here we can see a file is created. So let me open it. Okay, here we can see the result. Okay, but I don't need the result something like this. What I need is I need to have an input and I need to have a message output. I need something like that, right? So here this is just the output. Okay, for that we need to add two more nodes. Okay, so let me go to here. Let me go to the menu. Here we can see edit field. Okay, so let me go back here. Okay, so this is the edit field. Let me delete it from here. Okay, so what edit field does is, edit field is kind of a variable that we can keep. Okay, so what I am going to do, from the input I am going to connect it to the edit field, and from the edit field I am passing to the AI agent. So consider this as a, maybe we can say as a global variable or something like that we can say. Okay, so just click on here. But here this is the chat input. So I am going to connect the chat input with the edit field. Okay, now go back and this input will go to the AI agent. Now just execute it. Just say hi. Let me see if it is working or not. So the execution is in progress. Okay, so this is success. Okay. Now we need one more edit field. Okay, so let me add this. I will tell you why we need this edit field. Okay, so let me go back here. So here the purpose of this edit field is, we will have this response from AI agent and we will have this edit field, the first edit field. So we will be summarizing these two values. So input and output we will be summarizing in this second edit field. For that, let me disconnect from here and let me connect it here. Okay. So let me click on this. Here, here what I am going to do. So this is the edit field. This is my first edit field. I am going to paste it here, and this will be my user message. My user message. Then I can say my AA message. For that, this will be the output of this. Okay, so this is my AA message. Now let me execute it here, and here we can see user message is hi and the AA message is something like this. Okay, now let me go back here. Let me see everything is good. Okay, so now we are good. Let's execute again. Say hello Naji. So the execution is in progress. Okay, now this file is failed. Okay, let me try to open this. Okay, because earlier this convert to file was directly connected with the AI message. Okay, now the input field is changed. Here there is no field called output. So let me correct this. Let me copy and paste it from here. So this is the edit field 1, and we are going to use this as the input. Now let me execute it. This is working fine. Go back, and here I can say hello to Naji. Execution is in progress. We'll see. Okay, now everything is fine. Now we can go back and check the result. Let me open. Okay, this is not updated as we want to be. Okay, so I just refresh it. Now we can see it says user message, say hello to Naji, and the AI message state, hello Naji, welcome to my world, right? Something like that, we are getting the response. Okay, but here is a problem. This overwrite our old history, right? So for that we need to do one more thing. This may be our last thing here. Just okay, let me go back here. I'm going to click on read write file from this. Here add option, just to append, then back to our workflow and just say add two numbers 2 and 3. So the execution is in progress. Okay, everything is done. Now let's go back and see it's working or not. Text edit. Yep. So if you look on this, here we can see this is my first message, say hello to Naji, and I am getting the result. Then coming back here we can see where is it? Here we can see a user message, add two numbers 2 and 3, and I'm getting the result here. Okay, so this is the AI message. So I should add some kind of a /n here. Okay, for that what we can do, we can just go to the edit field 1. Okay, here I can add one more ender. Now let's execute it. Here we can see a /n, right? Now let's go back here and I can say multiply 5 into 0. Let's see, the execution is in progress. This is done. Let's go back, open our file. Let's check this. Okay, here we can see message from the user message, multiply 5 cross 3, and AI messages, yes, you can use the multiplication star and 0 3, and I'm not looking into this result because the model is too small. Okay, I just want to see how our workflow is working. So the workflow is working as expected, right? Okay, good. So that is all about in this video. So what we have covered is we have like a chat trigger is there, and we use the edit field, and again we have used the AI message, and we have our second edit field is there. So the purpose of this field is we will be combining the edit field, this input and the output from the AI message will be combined in this edit field. Then this will be converted into in a text file format, and once that is converted, we will be using a node called read write node, which will help us to save this into the file. Okay, here I have repeated so many things step by step. This is to ensure that you guys are following, or you guys able to understand in a very well way, in a better way. Okay, so that is all about in this video. Please do like and subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye bye.